machines across the top and tell his mom, "Look, Mom," and the mom just laughed.
You don't want to eat too much if I go on the plane later in the day.
So one day I get a phone call, and it's the Today Show. And the Today Show says that there's a movie coming out based on the game Donkey Kong. And they said, we want you to bring in a Donkey Kong machine, a Ms. Pac-Man machine, and a Millipede machine. I said, I'm in.
Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation may be some of the hottest games on the market right now, but they are not the only games in town. If you were a big fan of Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Centipede, well, then you are in luck, because what's old seems to be new again.
We were setting up the games, putting all the machines out, and a crowd was forming around, wondering what was going on. All of a sudden, walks this tall drink of water, hair flowing, walks up to us in an American flag tie and a suit, and he introduces himself as Billy Mitchell. And all of us had no idea who Billy Mitchell was.
Billy, you've been playing this for how long, Donkey Kong?
Oh, I'd say I've been playing it since 1981.
What was the key to Donkey Kong?
Persistency, stubbornness, and you had to be just as mean as the machine.
Billy comes over and introduces himself to my crew, and it was probably about 5 of us, and we were all just playing Donkey Kong. And he explained to me that there was a movie coming out based on Donkey Kong, and that movie, of course, we all know now, it's called King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters. When the movie came out, I turned to my friends. I remember we went to the Independent Film Theater in Manhattan to see the movie, and when it came out, I remember feeling like, wow, this is going to be great for business.
Richie Knuckles, I met him in New York City. He has an obsessive-compulsive disorder for perfection within his games. And my personality, if you know it, I liked it very much.
And Billy instantly takes out his phone, dials a number, and he says, I want you to talk to this man. And I'm like, who is it? And he says, Walter Day. And he puts me on the phone with Walter Day, and the rest is history. We hit it off really, really well.
There's Walter. Hey, Walter, what's up, buddy? How's things? Good. Good to see you, Walter.
Walter Day is truly a great man. And I don't use that word lightly. Walter Day is the man who threw the pebble in the pond that caused this great ripple that we call competitive video gaming.
All sorts of stuff happened. All sorts of amazing stuff happened that you couldn't dream would happen in a small town. Who knows what kind of destiny or fate was behind all this? Who can ever guess why that happened? But it did happen.
Super. For the last guy over there.
So what we've done is brought 16 or 17 of the world's greatest video game players here. We had the mayor tie up the whole street so that we could capture a unique moment in America's video game history.
You're sleeping still. Wait a second. Smile. Ready? Good. Grin. Grin. That's it. That's a good
What
shot.
I think is significant about Life magazine is the beginning of a competitive video game culture. That's ground zero.
When Walter said, you get the chance to come to Ottumwa, you get the chance to be here for a Life magazine shoot, or you get the chance to be here to be on That's Incredible. I mean, kids and young adults came from all over. Who wouldn't want to come to that? He put Ottumwa, Iowa on the map. Walter Day will always go down as being one of the icons of the classic arcade industry.
It was a big day for Ottumwa, Iowa. Its video game tournament drew large crowds. There was a parade and all the ceremony that an important event demands.
I'm Jerry Parker, Mayor of Ottumwa, Iowa. I welcome the contestants.
Walter Day's Video Arcade has served as an informal clearinghouse for video game records. From the scores submitted to him, Walter selected the top 21 players to invite to the games.
Walter's been such an asset to the video game industry. I mean, he's been keeping records of all the high scores since the 80s, and that's just important as the games themselves.
Walter really encouraged players to chase records. He gave them every courtesy that he could to allow them to chase records. he would push people. You know, he'd stand over your shoulder every once in a while and see what you were doing and watch you play. And if he thought you were doing good, he's like, wow, you're really good at this. You should go for the record.
The thing about Walter that's really great is that he's the face of gaming. You know, if you see him, you know it's about gaming, and there's tournaments going down.
Tell us about your playing, Ben. Now, what level are you on now?
I'm on level 55.
Really? And does it take you a long time to get up here?
It takes about 30 minutes to get up to the blue.
That's a pretty long time. That's all in 1 quarter, isn't it?
Yes.
He saw the future. He saw it. He saw the day of competitive gaming being as big as professional sports. I mean, he saw that when nobody was even interested in keeping track of high scores. I really wanted to be a professional video game player. Okay, that was my dream in 82, 83, and by the end of 83, I realized that wasn't going to happen.
Todd is coming up fast, gliding easily through the dangerous piles.
Less than 600 points to go for Ben.
He's got it.
What? Okay, yes. That's my medal from That's Incredible. Okay, it's the gold medal.
Congratulations. All right. Okay, Ben Gall from Dallas is our winner. There's Ben over there.
In the golden age of video games, it was very difficult to have like a competitive league, to have some sort of stability like you've got today with QuakeCon and all these massive competitions that people are paid to be professional players. That just was not possible then. We just had phones. It was the only thing we had was telephones, newspapers, and TV. I had $300 phone bills. Billy called me, or Steve Sanders called me, or Steve Harris. We were on the phone all the time. We're like, hey man, you know, I tried this on Millipede, and guess what? Did you know that if you do this and this and this, the mushrooms do that? We were able to kill the games in a much faster time period because we would take our cumulative experience and that was how we played the games.
The industry has changed a lot, big time. It's not what it used to be. Walter Day's vision, his seed he planted in the 1980s, got us to the level now where gamers are winning 60, 70, 100,000. League of Legends just won the World Championship, $2 million. This is how big gaming has gotten. A lot of the young gamers grew up and they just don't care about the classic gaming scene anymore. They're more focused on playing the new games. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you can't forget the old school. You know, without your heritage, you're going nowhere.
Let's take a look at Richie putting the finishing touches. Sanding the Donkey Kong.
What are you doing? So what I'm doing here today is I am fabbing up Donkey Kong control panels. This one right here is a Donkey Kong Jr., and it will be a Donkey Kong when I'm done. We have got to get between 10 to 22 Donkey Kongs ready for the Kong Off event. Anybody who's ever rebuilt a Donkey Kong stick is going, whoa. That guy right there, he's built a few Donkey Kongs in his time. When we decided that we were going to do the Kong Off, I asked my wife, I said, are you ready for this? And she said, she goes, yeah, well, how hard could it be? Well, last sticker being applied. I've never successfully got it off in one piece.
Yeah, well, you're not Billy Mitchell. But this is a record here.
This is pretty good.
First record of the Kong Off.
All of the competitors here today are the best of the best in Donkey Kong.
Everybody, introducing his first time to Richie Knuckles Arcade Games, Mr. Steve Weaver!
It got a lot bigger than we had expected it to.
people from all over the world came to feel that nostalgia that they had felt in the 80s.
Richie Knuckles today brings to the classic arcade scene the same thing that Walter Day brought back in the early 80s. An energy, an excitement, a passion for these games, a passion for world records.
There's a Donkey Kong guilty coming.
Richie Knuckles Arcade, one of the biggest arcade phenomena, most likely in the world.
Who would have thought a live video game event would be this exhausting? Really, you think about it.
For the great care, time, and dedication given this wonderful hobby of ours, we present this plaque to show our appreciation and thanks to Richie Knuckles. We also officially name Richie Knuckles Arcade the King of Arcades.
Classic gaming is something that's going to be around forever because these games are so iconic, because they get right down into some of the basic templates of puzzles and fast reaction tests and challenges. And so people are always going to be fascinated with the prospect of being the next person to do a perfect Pac-Man game or do the highest score on Centipede.
Fridays, I come right from work to here, and it's just like the whole day Friday, I'm just sitting at work, like, you know, it's almost time to get to Richie. It's like, it's just an awesome feeling that you